Hello, Kevin here, and what am I doing today? Well, actually, not a lot. I've been pottering about outside, and I was going to go for a walk, but I don't know what to do because I don't know whether the weather's going to change, whether it's going to start raining or not. I don't forecast it. But what I thought I would do is, and a lot of people are doing this at the moment, is talk about how you started out on making videos and things like that, and vlogs, and the equipment that you use. Well, I've been vlogging now for about 4 years. I picked up bits and pieces about how to do it from elsewhere, and it was a progression really. I started off filming with just a mobile phone, and always film for YouTube and that horizontally, for Facebook vertically. But I started off on a mobile phone about 4 years ago. Did a few videos. In fact, one of my most successful videos was done on a phone. And that was in a Peak District village of Hathersage, and I filmed Little John's grave. 2.5 minute video on my phone. I got a bit more of an interest in it, and then I purchased this little fella, and it's an Akaso video camera. Very basic, but it did a reasonably good job. So that was the next thing I went on to. After making a few films with that, still using my phone as well, I then decided I wanted to sort of upgrade the use of my phone to be able to be used with a gimbal. Now, this is just one gimbal. I've got two of these. I don't use them at all. And to be honest, this one, which is a HOHEM, has probably been used 3 times. It's as good as new. As I say, probably used it 3 times. My other one, which is very similar to this one, and let me just grab this for you, and that's tucked away over here on my table, is a Xeon, I think is how you pronounce it. And again, this is a gimbal. Pretty much the same sort of size as the other one, fractionally shorter. But again, it did a fantastic job. But it does depend on the size of your phone, because what you have to do, you stretch this out and it clamps the phone in. Both of these gimbals work via Bluetooth, connects your phone via that, and it can do all sorts of things. Stabilization is fantastic. This one, probably if I said I've used it 10 times, that might be an exaggeration. You might ask, why have I bought the second one, which was the first one I showed you? Well, when I saw a video for it, I thought it was a lot smaller than this one, but in fact it's not. So I got a little bit misled there. So if anybody wants to buy a gimbal, if you're thinking about doing something like this, I've got these two here. From these 2 gimbals, using with my phone, I then decided I wanted to perhaps upgrade what I was doing, and I decided to go for a GoPro. And the GoPro I went for was this one, the GoPro 7. It's mounted in a cage, which you can slide the back off, and then the GoPro pops out through the back of this, comes out through here. It's quite a tight fit, this one. So it comes out from there, and that's your little camera. The same size as the Akaso, but much more advanced. Again, you slot that back in there, you pop the back, the holder back into the cage, and then that's it, ready to go. Charging points are on the side. This is a little, as I call it, a grip, but this one is slightly different. I can extend it up like this. It's just a twist lock system, and that works really well. Used this a lot on my videos. Great little camera. But anybody that gets into this game, you get, you know, excited by the different technologies that come along, and you want to try something different. I then bought myself a DJI Pocket camera, video camera, and that's this little fella here. Fantastic little thing, on and off on the side. It's got the video camera, the lens is there. Fabulous little thing. You can flip it round, it'll turn round. There it goes, it's turned now, so it's now facing again. Press the button 3 times and it comes back and it's focused on me. Fabulous little thing. Batteries don't last that long, that's the only thing I find about these, but you can get additions to add to these. So these are great little cameras, and the beauty of this one is it's got this little microphone and it's Bluetooth. So you can clip it on and you can use it via that, but you can go audio straight into this thing. It's fantastic little camera. I've got to turn that off. Now, other things that I've got are particularly for audio. I've bought, excuse me for leaning so close to it, is this. It's an F1 field recorder, and it's got a lavalier microphone attached to it, this little fella here. That's the little microphone, and it's got lots and lots of settings on it, and it's very easy to use. But the beauty of it is you can clip your belt through there, have it underneath your clothes. This little fella, you slide the cable up through the inside of your clothes, and then you clip it on with that little clip there, little tie clip, and you just hold it in place. These are used a lot in wedding videos, because what they want to do is they want to get the audio from the groom and from the bride. So what they tend to do is they'll attach this underneath the groom's jacket onto his belt. Then the microphone, as I say, will go up through the clothing, clipped just underneath the lapel, out of sight, and it will pick up beautifully the audio for the groom and the bride, which that's a fantastic little bit of kit. I don't use this a lot at the moment, but what I have got is this. And this is the Rode Go2 audio system. You've got a receiver, which is this little fella here. Where are we? Is that the right? Yeah, that's the receiver. And then you've got 2 microphones. These have got little wind muffs on, and they tend to cut out all the wind that you need to, because these will be clipped onto your clothing like that, and with your you know, the microphone close to your mouth, this little wind muff will pretty much cut out all the wind that you would have to put up, of course, unless it's a hurricane, of course. But again, fantastic, super little bit of kit, and I do use these from time to time. Now I've got backup batteries for my GoPro 10, which is what I'm filming on now, and the GoPro 7. Backup batteries for those. Now for ordinary photography, I've got 2 cameras, which I'll come on to in a minute. I've recently wanted to add something to my kit, and that is a light. Some of the churches I go into are quite dark. Now my son very kindly bought me this for Christmas. Now I'll turn it on, but let me just turn it on that way, and I don't want to come right into the lens because it is very, very bright, and it's got 4 settings. One is almost like a strobe setting where the light is just flashing very slowly. But this is, again, very good bit of kit to have. It should light up quite nicely the dark areas in a church that you go into. And this is by Suptic, so great. And underwater as well, an underwater camera light. You've got the usual things like this windscreen mount. And then, so they're great if you want to start doing a bit of filming as you're setting off. Now let me just grab these 2 cameras. Now this is the first one I bought, and this is a Sony bridge camera. A fantastic bit of kit. I wanted to upgrade this a couple of years ago, and I was advised not to, because the newer models of this have not got as good a zoom as this one has, and the zoom on this camera is fantastic. It really, really is. It's got a little screen at the back that pops out, so if you're holding it up, you can angle the lens down, the viewer down, and then you can see what you're doing. Fabulous, lovely, lovely camera. Don't use that very much, because when I'm out filming, I've got Cynthia and Steve taking photographs. But I did want to treat myself to another camera, and that's this little fella. Again, a Sony camera, RX100, and this again is a fabulous little kit. I can actually film on this at the same rate that I can film on with my GoPro, and the stabilisation is really quite good. So that's me just taking a photograph of me filming me. There's another one. Again, the zoom's not fantastic on this, but you know, it's good enough. It really is. Cynthia's got a similar camera to this one, and she's very, very pleased with what she gets. Now, I'm just trying to find one thing. It's just over there, so bear with me. And that is this. Now, this is my DJI Mavic Mini 2 drone. Anybody that follows me will know the story that I had the Mavic Mini, the first one that came out. Unfortunately, there was a terrible accident with that, and it basically got destroyed in an accident. I'd done some filming on a walk that Cynthia and I did, and it was fine, hardly used it. Went to a second location, doing some filming around a derelict church cum school, and for some strange reason the battery seemed to have died very quickly, and when it does a thing called return to home, and what I didn't realise was when it said, so it's never happened to me before, when it says returning to home, warning returning to home, it literally goes up like a rocket. Well, I was filming below a canopy of trees, and it went straight up into the trees and then down into the walls of the school cum church. So this is the little fella. This is the little drone that I've got, and it is brilliant, absolutely brilliant. It's tiny thing, and look at that. Sits in the palm of my hand. The palm of my hand is actually bigger than the drone. So that's the drone itself. This is the controller, just here. You get your little attachments there for your control. Again, fabulous little bit of kit. So that's it. That's everything that I've got. There is one other thing actually, before I forget. Just below this GoPro 10, I'll show it to you in the photographs. There's a thing called a Telsin tracker. When it's switched on, some of you will have seen it in my videos that I've used it on before, and it literally does track you. As long as you're within a certain range, it will pick you up, and it will literally turn very, very slowly as you walk past it, and it will track your movement as you go. Sometimes you have to be a little bit careful because it'll pick up on the first person, obviously, and that will follow that person, then the others are following in behind, which you can't help really. But it's a great bit of kit. I'm so glad I bought that. But this lot put together, crikey. The GoPros are £400 each or thereabouts. The drone over £400. The two Sony cameras about £800. The gimbals over £100 each. So you're looking at that, just what I've got here, probably £2,500 worth of equipment, possibly a bit more with all the little bits and bobs and other bits of kit that I've got, probably up towards £3,000 worth of equipment. But to produce a good quality video, which I hope I do, I think I do, that's what I need to do. I need to have this type of equipment. In fact, I've actually got another bit arriving today, and that is a mono tripod, and it's going to be mainly for the light to fit on the top, that we can tuck away in a corner to put the light on. Very lightweight tripod. It's got a tripod on it, so I'm looking forward to getting that today. But not expensive, 20 quid, 25, 30 quid, something like that. So anyway, that's me, that's my equipment. I hope you've enjoyed this little video about what I use and the reasons why I use it. So please follow, like and subscribe to Kevin's Rambles YouTube channel. If you want to join me also on Facebook, Kevin's Rambles Facebook group, you can join us there. I do my Kevin's Rambles walks. I try and do them once a month, depending on the weather. I'll be me, it'll be Kevin saying Happy New Year, stay safe, stay healthy, and have a great 2023. And bye-bye for now. Bye-bye. Bye.